different look.
My manager approved, guys. My manager approves.
Are you recording?
Yeah. See. Say
Oh my God, why would you put me on the camera?
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are going to do a beginner makeup tutorial video today. And if you're interested, keep on watching. Okay, so first off, I'm going to start off with primer. And I have the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Instant Retouch Primer. And I like to put this on my fingertips just like this. Blend it in. And when I put on my primers, I like to push everything and like do my fingers like this and push upwards, because then when you apply the makeup, it would make your face look good. After primer, I like to go in and do my eyebrows. So what I'm going to do is take my spoolie and I'm going to brush my hair upwards. Okay, so now it's time to fill in the brows, and what I like to use is eyeshadow. You can also use a pencil. I do use a pencil sometimes, but mainly I do use eyeshadow. I have thick eyebrows, and it's easy for me to just fill them in with eyeshadow. Telluride eyeshadow palette in this shade right here. And I like to dab into that last shade. And when I do my eyebrows, I like to have a mirror a little close to me, and I like to do this with my eyebrows, like lift them up, and I like to go under the brow and just line underneath your brow. See how I did that? See how you can see a little bit of that tail at the end? And I like to start midway in the brow and then work my way up to the front just a little bit. And same thing to the top brow. And then after that, once I line the top and bottom of the brow, I like to fill in the missing spots where the hair don't cover. Alright, and see, there goes your brow, your first brow. And I like to spoolie it out. Okay, and let's do the other brow. After that, I like to take my concealer, which I have right here, and it's my Makeup Revolution concealer, the Conceal and Define in the shade C12.5, and I like to just do like that. Okay, so after I filled in the brows, I like to go in with concealer, and I like to line up under my eyebrows, and that will help to define that brow and clean it up wherever you made a mistake when you filled them in. And what I like to do is take a flat brush similar to this, and I'm just going to go go slow when you do this, because you don't want to mess up that pretty brow that you worked hard for. Okay, so now that the brows are looking the way they look, yes, we lined those brows. We are going to now jump in eyeshadow. Yay! So now I'm going to take a dry beauty blender right here, and I'm just going to use it to press that concealer into my skin. And that helps make sure everything is blended out. Okay, so now that we got that concealer set with the dry beauty blender, we're gonna go in with the NYX Professional, the eyeshadow base. Yeah, eyeshadow base in the shade white. And I'm gonna take that same flat brush that we used the concealer in with. Just gonna dab it where we want to put that eyeshadow so it can give us some pigmentation. Okay, so now that we got that on with a flat brush, we're going to take another flat brush. This is like a fluffy brush. This is the Morphe M433 brush, and we are just going to dab that shade and like press it into the skin and like blend it. Okay, so now that we got that on the eyes, we're gonna take that same dry beauty blender and we're just gonna press it to let it set. Okay, so now that we got the eye set, I'm going to go in the Warrior 2 by Juvias, and I'm gonna go in with this shade Zaz, and I'm just going to really focus that shade kind of like above the crease, and I'm gonna just pack it on there before I actually blend. And the same thing for the other eye. You're gonna pack that shade above that crease. Oh, and also too, you see how I'm holding this when it comes to my left eye. This is how I hold my brush and how I apply the product. I'm gonna take a clean M441 brush and we're gonna blend that white shade out. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this shade down here next, and I'm gonna put that all over the crease, and I'm using a M433 brush. Okay, so I'm gonna take a M441 brush and I'm going to blend those two shades together. So I'm going to go back in with that pink with that M443 brush. And I'm going to, since we lost that pigmentation, as you can see, we're just going to tap it. But we're going to focus it on the eyelids. Okay, so now we got that color on. I want to darken up the outer V a little bit, and I'm gonna take this shade right here with a M432 brush. Okay, so now that we got that kind of like smoked out a little bit, I'm gonna take my makeup wipe. Wherever I see fallout at is where I wanna wipe that up. And see, this is why I do my eyeshadow first, just in case something like this happens. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with the NYX Glitter Radiance, and I'm gonna just put a little bit on the back of my hand. I'm gonna take this bullet brush that I found off of Amazon, and I'm gonna just tap that in my corners. And then I'm gonna take this shade right here with that same brush, swirl it around, and put it on my inner corner. Okay, so now that we got that inner corner highlight, we can now go into foundation. I have the Fenty Skin Tint in the shade 18, and I'm gonna just dab that on my flat foundation brush. Put a little bit on there, and just and when you put on foundation, you want to focus in on the center of your face first. So let's do that. Okay, so now that we got that foundation blended out, I'm going to go in with this beauty blender, and I'm going to just tap or blend everything together. Okay, so now that everything is blended, I'm going to go in with this same Makeup Revolution's Concealer Define, this shade C12.5. I'm also gonna go in with this Tarte Shape Tape in Light or in Tan Sand. Now that I applied that concealer, I'm gonna blend my concealer out with a wet or damp beauty blender. And I like to take whatever's left on my beauty blender from my concealer and put it right here in the center of my forehead. And also I like to squeeze it and do the middle of my nose. Sometimes I add extra. And I'm gonna just go to the center of my nose. Okay, so now that we got that concealer blended out, I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline New York Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade Medium Deep. And wherever you applied your concealer on your face, you want to set it with a powder. And this is the Real Technique 402 setting spray. And you're gonna dab that product where you set, or wherever you applied that concealer. I don't bake with my powder. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But most of the time I do not bake. I feel like you only bake when, you might ask, okay, so when do you bake? You want to bake when you are about to be out for a very long time. Like go out, probably not necessarily to a bar, but if you're gonna hang out with a friend all day or be around people all day, I would bake. Put the powder down there too as well. Up next, contour. So I have the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro palette right here. And I usually use a cream, but for starters, I would start off with a powder, contour, bronzer, whatever you decide. And I'm gonna just take all these and mix them, the whole bottom row. Tap off the excess. The top of your ear where it goes like kind of like downwards, that's where you want to start your contour. Or another method, you can just do this, make that face, and then turn around and do it that way. So now that contour has been applied, I like to go in with that same damp beauty blender that you use to blend out your foundation. I like to go in. This is like, always remember the brush or sponge or whatever that you use to blend out your foundation is always your eraser. Okay, so now that we got that blended out, see how that looks really good so far. I'm gonna go back in with that same powder that we used to set up under the eyes, and I'm gonna take this same brush that I use as well, and I'm gonna pat, and then I want to have the brush like this. You see how it's at an angle? This is the product on the brush, and I like to go up under that contour. So when I mean go up under that contour, you're like, you put that contour right here in your ear, you want to go like right here and just follow up under that contour, right? So, see that? Go ahead and make a line. Boom. That simple. I will bring down that powder too, and I want to connect it to the corner of my mouth as well. Boom, boom. There we go. You have a snatched face. Okay, let's do the other side as well. Okay, I forgot to contour the nose. Guys, I'm so sorry about that. So let's go ahead and contour the nose. So we're just gonna pinch, and we're not even gonna put new product on this brush, okay? We're just gonna use what is already on there. And what I like to do is bend my nose down, or bend my head down like that, And I just like to take it and just do like that on the sides. Again, going with that beauty blender. If you think it's too, oh my goodness, like too much, like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Use whatever you use to blend out your foundation. Use this or use whatever. It's your eraser and you can just go back in. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with blush, and I'm going to take this Amazon brush, and I'm gonna take the matte peach twist, and this is a blush sash. It's a blush shimmer. When you apply blush, okay, you want to smile, so, and you want to put it on the apples of your cheeks so you can see the difference. See, look at that. See? Okay, so now I'm gonna do my bottom lash line, and I'm gonna go in with this shade in the Norvina palette, and I'm gonna stamp that product in first. Okay, all right. So now that I got that, I'm gonna go in with the Dose of Colors eyeliner in the shade Caviar. Okay, so now that I got that eyeliner on, I'm gonna go in with the House of Lashes Iconic Light Lashes, and these are what they look like. Okay, so for lashes, what I like to do is I like to bring my real lashes down, because my lashes are really bad, like they go different ways and everything, so this method helps me with my lashes. Have the mirror like down underneath me, and I like to take it and I like to go up, and I like to go in the middle. Okay, and once that's on, I like to take the end and then I like to go in the front. And I like to stick them on just like that. And with lashes, it just takes practice. As long as you practice putting on lashes or just anything, eyeshadow, face, you just gotta see what works best, whatever method works best for you. Okay, so this method may not work for you, but this, I just want to share the knowledge because this method definitely worked for me. So I'm gonna talk to y'all while this lash is drying. So another way you can tell which lash is which or which eye is supposed to go on, the inner corner will always be the shortest, right? So if you can see here, you see how the inner corner right here is the shortest, so this will be the inner corner, and this outer corner is the longest. So just always remember, inner corner is the shortest, outer corner is the longest. That the lashes are dry, we are gonna go in with the Falsies lash, Maybelline Falsies, and we are gonna connect these lashes together. And when I mean we're gonna connect them, we're gonna blend your natural lashes and the fake lashes together, because girl, we don't want nobody clocking you, okay, sweetie? Nobody's gonna clock you, honey. When I do bottom lashes, I just like to bend my hand forward and just slowly and carefully get those lashes. Now that the eyes are done, I'm gonna go in with my face powder with this big fluffy brush, and I'm gonna go in with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in the shade Dark Powder, and I'm gonna just whisk it like that around, and I'm gonna really heavily get this part. And this is the part where you really want to heavily like do this and kind of get rid of that one. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. I hope you like the way it turned out. I do, especially. This is definitely something out of my comfort zone, but I have fun trying to build this look up or do this look. I don't know. Definitely a look I would not walk out of the house with on my face, but that's just me. But somebody else will, and that's totally fine. I did use this ABH Norvina collection palette, and I thought it was a good palette. Definitely something I feel like somebody should use. Maybe not necessarily a beginner, but to get your to really like understand color and stuff like that. I think this is a good start to playing around with color. So if you're a beginner with color other than like reds, oranges, and browns, and like those neutral shades like me, this is a good palette. Also, Juvia's Place palette is a good option. Today I used the Warrior 2 by Juvias today, and I thought this palette was really good. It's very pigmented, and I actually used this palette before, but I don't use this shade, but I definitely will start using this shade more often. Zulu. And this is my first time, well really my second time using this eyeshadow base, and I really, at first I did have trouble trying to figure out how to use it because I really didn't understand, but now I understand, and I really like this product. I think it's more for shades or colors that are like this, like kind of like a neon-ish color. Yeah, I think that's it. I think I covered everything. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Bye. I like this look.
Okay, finally, I'll post that one.
It's different. Something I definitely would not wear. But
It is different. I like it.
good.